we've got a little errand to run, and we're going to go out to lunch. Should be about 700 miles. Just want to stop along the way here real quick, show you a little bit of Route 66 history. Two Arrows, the Twin Arrows trading post. Looks like she's, well, not quite so boarded up. I don't know if anybody's really watching this place or what. Looks like we got company. Twin Arrows trading post. Those are fairly modern pumps. I don't think this has been closed all that long. And there you could get all the Chinese-made Indian stuff you could ever want. And this was the cafe over here. Really falling in. Well, we'll move on before security gets us. Well, back on the road. All right, we did that little stop there at Twin Arrows. I didn't bore you with the first 200 and some odd miles of this little adventure. I pulled off the side of the road here to set up the camera and whatnot. We are on the Navajo Reservation, or Nation, whatever your preference is there. We will not be going in to look at Kachinas. We've got other business to do. I'm going to be heading up to the first, or actually the second Mesa. And then over to the first Mesa. There's a set of, well, there's what they call three mesas up here, and it was three Indian communities. And we're going to end up in Palaka, and we're going to go to Walpi. and visit a Pueblo community perched on the aforementioned first mesa, and take a look around. It's been, as far as I know, it's been habitated since it was there. So hopefully they'll let us in and we can get a tour. Hang on for the ride. What haze that you see is not fog or clouds or smog. That's smoke. Quite a bit of Arizona is on fire right now. This is blowing up from the central part of the state and a few fires in the north, many miles away. Well, many years ago I used to travel this road twice a week. I had a project up on the first mesa. And just to tell you or give you a perspective on how remote this spot is, this road, but in particular this spot, the nearest Circle K convenience store is 163 miles away. The nearest Starbucks is 174 miles away. So this is just about as remote gets. Let's travel on. Even up here in Navajo country, you gotta mow the lawn. Well, we're coming into the outskirts of Palaka. It is windy up here all the time. I don't just mean crazy. I mean windy. So these houses right here, they were building all this when I was up here. They house the doctors and nurses that work in that hospital right there. So I hope you can see those cluster of buildings over there. There's about 4 or 5 buildings. About 15 or 16 years ago, I helped build the school complex up here. There's an elementary school, middle school, and a high school, community center. That was a long time ago. This is a different country. You are no longer in the United States. You're subject to tribal law in all of your endeavors. And a lot of guys come up here hunting and riding dirt bikes and ATVs and stuff like that, but I've heard, you know, some not so good stories, and I tend not to do that. I stick to the pavement here and the things that you can do that they invite you up here to do. Here we are. I'm going to unfold myself here, pack up my electronics, and see if they will allow me to video. If not, this may be not such a good stop. Well, sorry guys. Was a video fail, but not a fail for me. The Hopi people still live here, and up there is the Mesa. There's adobe buildings and there's some modern buildings up there, but you have to have a guide to bring you up there. It's a 1-hour tour. And it's highly recommended if you're in Arizona and you find yourself way up north. I'm going to saddle up here and move on to lunch. We're going to head on to the main part of our day, lunch at the Cameron Trading Post. It's about 100 miles away, not too far. I need to find some gas. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify, we started out the day on the Navajo reservation and we looped all the way around, and we are and were on the Hopi Reservation, or nation, however you want to put it. I am in desperate search of fuel. There's a village called Kukotsmuli that has a small gas station there, so hopefully they have gas today. Okay, I was told that there's fuel at the little store here, and I'm going to have to let you guys go because there's no filming in the Village of Kukocs movie. Alright, so tribal wishes have been honored. I had not taken any video in town. I was able to fill up. They had a choice of 89 octane or diesel, which shouldn't be a big deal, but the bike does take 91, 92. It likes that. But I'm sure it's better than nothing. So we've got a full load of fuel on board and a head full of hope. On to Cameron. I'm not 100% certain, but I believe this is second Mesa. You can see the view out there. I hope you can. We're on another plateau, another Mesa, and another Hopi community. And if Native American jewelry, turquoise, silver jewelry is your thing, this is like the Napa Valley wine tours of Native American jewelry. Wow, look at that. There's a bunch of galleries up here. It is pretty pricey, but it is the best of the best stuff. The artisans that work up here are legit. For the most part, as far as I know, I've never really purchased any. Jewelry is not my kind of thing. However, this is where people come for it. I would suggest if you really are going to spend any kind of money on that kind of stuff, make sure you know what you're looking at. I would suggest purchasing it at the roadside stands that you see all the way all over the Native American reservations up here. I find yourself a good artist that you can actually meet, shake his hand, and say, hey. Now, one of the things I don't want to kid you about is the no matter what Indian nation you driving or riding across, it's pretty tough conditions here. It's abject poverty. There's a lot of alcoholism. You may see things that you don't want to see or wouldn't want to see. Don't bring alcohol even in your car locked up. You don't want to get pulled over with any alcohol because these are dry reservations. And if you are fond of animals, there are a lot of stray dogs especially, and there's not money to feed them or take care of them, so there's lots of animals wandering around, but it's a beautiful place, some awesome people, and nothing like it anyplace else. So on we go. This should take us out to an incredible view. I believe, folks, that out there is the Painted Desert. I'm sorry it's smoggy today, but I sure hope you can see it. It's actually so windy up here, I've got to hold the bike up. To explain what I'm seeing is you got these low mesas up here, it drops down, and right over there there's a just a canyon cut, and then it drops down into this pink and purple and gray and cream colored canyon. Unbelievable. Make a nice camp spot, but I don't think you can. Back to the highway. One of my biggest fears about riding in Arizona, see how dark and sparkly this pavement is? They just oiled it. There wasn't even any signs up to tell you. Glad I stopped for that little overlook. That's the Painted Desert, or at least just a little bit of it.
I've been to California, well, North Carolina, one of the East in Austin, and the Cowboys, Mexico. I made her up in Fort Worth with beautiful ladies. Hitchhiked on down to Tijuana, rodeo San Antonio.
Take note of that bridge. And we're pulling into the Cameron Trading Post. We're going to get some lunch and some gasoline. So this is the Cameron Trading Post, and that bridge over there that I just pointed out to you before was put there in about 1911. A couple of brothers who established that and established this trading post and hotel. The bridge was put in to get across Canyon Diablo an easy way. Cameron's been here ever since. There's actually a U.S. post office here, and it is now part of, I believe, the Navajo Nation. All right. Excuse my hat, it rides around with me in my tank bag, so we're gonna walk in and see what we can see and get some lunch. So there's something for everybody in here, from Dreamcatcher keychains to bow and arrows to convenience store stuff. There's also some high-end stuff. Cases and cases of handmade jewelry. Locally made sand art. And locally handmade rugs and blankets. It's just worth it to come in here even if you're not going to buy anything. But I would highly suggest lunch. That turquoise cow skull. I was thinking about getting a hairpiece, but I was thinking maybe this would do it. There's also handmade pottery. I'm not sure, but I think this is Zuni. They've also got a lot of historical artifacts. Looking at myself for a nice sombrero here. Do you think this will stay on the tiger? These are what are called Kachina dolls. There's several different ones. And I think that one right there is Mudhead. Well, I smell lunch. I want to get something to eat. So I just got myself a seat and waiting on a Diet Coke. And we're going to get ourselves a Navajo taco. This is a really nice place. This is an obviously newer section. I think probably 50s, 60s, something like that. They got the real tin ceiling and a tremendous view. I'll see if I can't walk over there after. So this is what I just rode 400 miles for. So this is a Navajo taco. It's got Indian fry bread, beans, meat, basically taco stuff, but there's some type of magic that makes it taste great. So I'm going to chow this thing down. Oh, there's a pretty good view of the bridge right there. One where I won't get run over. There's a roadway that gets you a little better view, but that's the old bridge, and that's the new 4-lane highway bridge that they put in right next to it. 1911, that's what we're at the trading post here. Well, that's what I would ride 700 miles by the time I get done here. For lunch. I appreciate you watching my silliness. Thanks for watching all my videos. Please comment, subscribe, like, and share. Adios.